Welcome back and thanks for tuning in again. So on this week's episode, we're back with Mike Taylor. He's heading into Ontario to hunt bear. This hunt is basically what every one of us will experience at least once. The super big highs of hunting, the lows of hunting. I'd go into detail, but you have to see for yourself. And I think a lot of us out there can relate to it. Stick around, check this one out. You're not going to want to miss it. Dirt Nap TV is brought to you by Scree Canada. Dirt Nap TV is brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Hey guys, it's Mike Taylor. I'm here for this 2021 spring bear hunt. I got the truck loaded and I'm on my way up to Monteith, Ontario. My cousin's spouse has been sending me pictures on his trail camera, a Spy Point trail camera, and you should see some of these bears, like they're 350, 400 pounds. And you know, when you get trail camera pictures like that, you kind of get jacked, and it's always exciting to go hunt in a new place, hunt and meet new people. And so I'm on my way up there. It's a beautiful day. The weather looks like it's going to cooperate for a couple of days, and so let's see if we can get ourselves a tag filled.
So you may or may not know, actually, Mike Taylor is our editor. So when Mike has a hunt that he's doing for himself, or editing for himself rather, we get a lot of FaceTime with Mike, which is fabulous. Reason why it's fabulous, the hair. Look at the hair. Best hairdo in the outdoor industry, hands down.
So not long after I'm in the stand, I start hearing these really weird noises, and I thought for sure it was a moose, but it ended up being the boar and the sow. As far as I could tell, thinking back later, I guess that boar was chasing that sow up some trees, and they were breaking branches, and it was like making all kinds of crazy noises, and the boar must have been grunting or the sow was grunting, but I could have swore it was like a moose.
I don't know about that. I've heard some stories, you know, I've been guilty of it. You hear a squirrel? That squirrel is a 200-inch whitetail buck coming in. You hear a mouse? That's a 400-inch bull elk coming in. Haven't really heard of a bear sounding like a moose. That being said, you spend enough time in a tree stand, hearing everything, seeing literally everything, your mind starts playing tricks on you.
Well, I shoot that sow, and about 3 minutes later, this boar comes right behind her. He's still chasing her, and if I had only waited a couple of minutes, I probably would have been able to shoot the bigger boar. So after the shot, I call Dylan, and he comes and we start looking for that bear, and there's a pretty good blood trail, but as we went on and on, the blood trail started to dry up, and then the rain started to come in, and we lost the blood trail. We tried everything. We looked for that bear for hours, but we didn't find that bear. And if you hunt long enough, sooner or later, that's going to happen to you. And I just wanted to show you this episode to show you that, you know, that's real hunting sometimes, right? We tried, and in our best efforts, we couldn't recover that bear.
So watch it again. We could probably even replay it, I think we will. And watch that arrow placement. Slightly quartering away, legs open, piles it. This is, if you could freeze time and place an arrow, that's where you're going to put it. And he doesn't find it. I don't care who you are. If you've bow hunted or any sort of hunting for that matter, that one time you have that perfect shot and you just don't find it. I don't know what it is, or it is what it is. It's meant to be apparently, but it's the grossest feeling. And I know they spent countless hours, if not the whole day, out there looking for this bear and never found it. Now, I get people say, hey, why do you guys show missed shots or bad shots or animals that you don't recover? It's because it's real. Happens to everyone. We have nothing here. We're not covering up anything. It's not flashy and bedazzled. We're showing what actually happens. We miss shots here and there. We make bad shots sometimes. Everyone does. And the odd time you lose an animal. Is it ideal? No. Do we like it? No. Does it make us sick? You have no idea. But it's real. And that's why we show this stuff. This segment of Dirt Nap TV is brought to you by Gut Check Indicators. Be dead sure.
Well, now it's the next day, and Dylan brings me up this river to another bait he's got, and we pack that bait full of goodies for that bear. Hey guys, we're on to day 3. I actually shot a bear the first night I was here, and if I would have waited, there was actually a bigger male boar chasing it. I didn't realize that that was the bear that was making all the noise. I shot the sow that was being chased, and you know what? We looked for a couple hours. We could not find that bear. And if you hunt long enough, you're gonna encounter a situation where you might not recover your animal, and that's kind of hunting, right? So I'm with Dylan Bowers, and he's been very helpful helping me out here. We're gonna do a midday sit today and just kind of try to switch things up because he's got lots of bears coming in, 10, 12, and even 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's pretty cool. This is the 3rd day since we've topped up the baits, and we just kind of loaded stuff in there. So we're looking forward to shooting a midday bear and wrapping things up. So we've got some great footage so far. Stick with us and see what happens. So it's a new day, and I'm going to head into a new spot. And we get to the spot, and there's already a bear on the bait. I'd never had this happen to me before, and it was quite an adrenaline rush. Watch what happens next.
I don't know if any of you have ever hunted bear over bait. Highly recommend it. When you walk up on that bait and there's a bear on there, man, this is why you do it. I just got the pins and needles thinking about it. This is what we hunt for, that rush. It's, on one hand, you're excited because you're hunting and there's a bear. Second hand, you're thinking, if I spook this thing, it's gonna rip my face off. They don't, but you think it. It's a rush, and I get those pins and needles every time I hear of someone having this, or I see it when the videos come in. It's the best.
Shot. The next shot, if he's gonna be. No, he's gone. He's gone. She's still there. He's coming back. This thing's pissed, man. He's pissed.
This segment of Dirt Nap TV is brought to you by Tooth of the Arrow broadheads, machined from 100% solid steel.
Like I said, my heart was pounding, and that bear just did not want to leave that bait. He was huffing and puffing, and it was a pretty cool experience all in all. Okay guys, that's pretty much going to wrap it up for us for the spring bear. We saw lots of bears, even got a shot off at one. I had an amazing spring bear hunt. You know, it would have been better to have something in the freezer, but you know what, stick with us to see what happens in the fall. So I never did harvest a bear last year, but I just wanted to show you guys that sometimes that's hunting, right? I think I went out a couple more times, but I never really saw anything worth shooting. And you know what? I had my chance and I blew it, right? So that's hunting.
Well, that's how his year ended. Nothing. Sucks. Makes you sick. But that's why it's hunting. You're not just out there killing. So, you know what? He took the winter off there, or the spring off, regrouped, and got back next year. So fast forward to 2022, and he is back in Verner, Ontario, his stomping grounds where he kills all his bears. And this time it's a different story. This segment of Dirt Nap TV is brought to you by iHunter.
Okay guys, I'm just getting suited up. My 4th sit for fall bear. I'm back out in Verner at my buddy's place now, and he says some bears are hitting the baits back there, so I'm going to go check it out and stick with me and see what happens. Okay guys, I just shot that bear. I'm going to wait about half an hour before I even move out of the stand. It looked like he was not going to come in, man. Was he ever cautious? It looked like his face was like scarred up too from fighting, eh? But I was just vibrating afterwards. I could hardly catch my breath. And I thought he was going to bust me for sure, but and then it looked like he wasn't even going to go to the bait. It looked like he was just going to walk back into where he came from. So I wasn't going to let that happen, and I put an arrow in him. So let's see what happens, and we'll see if we can get that bear. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
Everyone's gonna say he hit it far back. He hit it far back. He did. It was quartering away, and he piled it into the opposite shoulder. Quartering away animals, opposite shoulder. That's where you aim. So we're gonna get the hate mail, and we're gonna get all this jazz coming through, which is fine. But the shot buried into the opposite shoulder. Bear didn't go far. They recovered it. He filled his freezer. It's a win-win. If you don't believe me, go on our social media pages and you can actually see photos of the bear, and you can see that the shoulder's busted out.
Okay, so we found the bear. It's in the worst spot ever. Luckily, it's just starting to rain too, so we're gonna have to get out of here. This thing is a tank. It's at least 300 pounds. Arrowed him good. And thanks to Norm, the farmer, who helped me find it. Like, it wasn't looking good. We couldn't find the blood trail at all, but then we ended up finding a blood trail, right? They're so fatty this time of year that it seals it up, right? With a gun, I could have shot him 10 times, but he looked, like I said, it looked like he was taking off, so I was like, nah, he's not going anywhere. So anyways, we got some bear meat in the freezer now. Dirt Nap TV scores 1 for the Ontario boys.
And that's a wrap, you know. Another successful hunt for Mike. In the earlier part of the show, you saw he had that miss in the loss, and then regrouped. And this year, he ended up taking a beautiful bear, filled his freezer. He's happier than heck, and what more can you ask for? Dirt Nap TV has been brought to you by these fine sponsors.